This is fine. This is fine. But these are not fine. Now, there is definitely something out of whack here with the algorithm and what it picks and chooses to put out there to my audience. And yes, I'm gonna rant about it again today until we get to the bottom of it. Hey everyone, it's Tony here with Nerds Never Sleep, and it's time again for another weekly figure roundup. That's right, guys, this is the time of the week where I bring you in and show you all the statues, figures, and collectibles that I highlighted on the channel over the previous week using things like YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikToks, and photo galleries across the various social media platforms. Now, this week was quite the divisive week for the channel, as it was a little way of testing the algorithm while we tried to beat the heat, so to speak. Now, as you can see here, there are a lot of scantily clad collectibles here on the table, but nothing in a disturbing or untasteful way. But the YouTube algorithm and the TikTok algorithms had something to say about a few of these pieces. So, I'm going to talk about it. But first, let's go right in and show off the pieces this week and let you all decide for yourself if they were inappropriate or not. So I started off the week with an absolute banger, one of my favorite Hatsune Miku prize figures. And this big piece right here is called the Tropical Summer Miku. Now, the things I do like about this one and that actually stand out is, besides the actual scale of this prize figure, it's not only a tan Miku, which we don't see a lot of, but she's also a more grown-up looking Hatsune Miku. Now, this version, I call her the aged up or the adult Miku because a lot of the Hatsune Mikus still have that younger, kind of innocent look to them, no matter what she's wearing. Whereas this Hatsune Miku definitely stands out in a lineup with other Mikus. She definitely has a more mature look to her, a more grown-up style to her, and maybe it's the tan, or maybe it's just the way they have looked like they've aged her up, but something about it does stand out. And a lot of people ask if this is a custom build or if it's bootleg or anything like that. No, this is an officially licensed product. And again, it is a prize figure. Very, very nice. And I think this thing only retailed at about $24.99. So it's very cheap. The colors are absolutely amazing on it. I love how they used all the translucent PVC, not only for the hair, but for her bow in her hair that's kind of coming down and flowing around her, as well as all the little straps and her little fanny pack, stuff like that. All of it uses translucent PVC, and it just flows together so amazingly well. But I also love that we got stands to hold up her hair, because a lot of these figures that lean and things like that are on one leg, especially Miku's with the heavier hair, start to lean and bend and break over time because they're just not built to withstand that kind of weight over time. I know it's a design flaw and it does suck, but I've had it happen to at least 3 or 4 of my figures. This is an absolutely incredible Miku, and I can't stress enough just how much I absolutely love this one. She does stand out, and people do ask about it when they see it. Now, what do you think happened to this one in the algorithm? Of course, she was throttled. My reach was destroyed on her. She got maybe a dozen views, and now if I go back to the last time I showed off this figure, different video, different lighting, different camera, she got over 1,000 views. So something has changed within the algorithm lately where it's throttling things, and YouTube can say whatever they want. They can tell me that it's not what my audience views, but I literally disproved it by posting an entire week of Hatsune Miku figures that got from 1,500 to 15,000 views. I show Miku in a bikini, and she gets tanked. So there is something in the algorithm, And it does link to the TikTok algorithm because she was flagged for adult content, sexual content, and nudity. None of that is present. It's literally her in a bikini. Nothing wrong with it. But rant number 1 over. Let's move on to figure and rant number 2. Going over here to Twin Tuesday. This is the summer vacation ROM, and I think she's absolutely adorable. She's actually very modestly dressed for the beach. She does have a bikini top, yes, but she's also wearing kind of a little skirt coverall. She's also wearing a little like unbuttoned top. Now, she looks super freaking cute. She's holding her little beach bag in her hand. She's got a cute little flower pinned up in her hair. She's got a very cute, just casual pose, walking down the beach or something. And they did a great job with her face as well. Now, I think it's an absolutely beautiful piece. But just like with Miku, the algorithm did not agree with me. And again, on my channel, Rem and Rom, the ReZero girls, usually do very, very well, depending on what they're wearing. Apparently, this was also not acceptable content to push out to my audience. Rom got completely destroyed in the algorithm as well, where in previous weeks, Rom, with her normal clothes on or fully covered, did amazingly well with several thousand views. I don't let that deter me, though. I'm going to keep showing you guys these kind of pieces because I think they are great. Nothing gratuitous about her or Miku, nothing inappropriate about either one, but I do highly recommend the summer vacation, Rem and Rom. Whereas, for once, I'm not as big of a fan of the Rem in this set as I am of the Rom. The Rem that goes with this is wearing this kind of strangely cut one piece. She's got a big giant hat on. I'll probably show her off again, but I do prefer the Rom in this situation. I like that she actually has a base that isn't too overly obnoxious, has a little bit of style to it. It's got like some seashell designs, summer vacation going across it, some just little decorations on the base to kind of spice it up and make it just a little bit more interesting. Very affordable figure, and I do highly recommend it if you are a fan of the character. Now going for the triple threat of inappropriate content, I had to go with my girl, Marin Kitagawa, from, of course, My Dress Up Darling. Now, this prize figure is called the First Measurements Marin, and if you know, you know. This is essentially the scene, the famous scene, where she basically undresses in front of Gojo into her bikini to get measured for the costume. Now, this one got absolutely nuked, and it usually does when I post her for inappropriate content. TikTok flagged her for inappropriate content, adult content, sexually suggestive content, nudity, and 2 other things. There were 7 flags on this one on TikTok, and she got less than a dozen views over on the YouTube side here. But I think for a prize figure, she is very, very well done. Little on the small side, but she's a very affordable one as well. If you want to get something of her in this kind of outfit, honestly, from the First Measurements, you're going to be paying at minimum $200 for like a 1/7 scale. Do have one I'd have to unbox. It is sitting in a what's in the box package for a later day. So we will see that as well. But I think this small prize figure line is really, really well done. Again, they are affordable, put together really well. The only thing I didn't like about this one was the piece of hair that goes down over her face. It's very, very awkward and is very difficult to position properly to get it kind of looking right. I can never seem to place it right, never get it to move right. And when you do get it into a spot you like, it does kind of just eventually move its way back over. Only gripe about it. But all in all, if you are a fan of Marin and My Dress Up Darling, this is a very, very cool and affordable figure of the best cosplay girl. But, as usual with this, nobody saw it over here on the YouTube side. And even though I appealed it twice over on TikTok, she did not get appealed for adult content, so nobody saw her really on either platform. But again, it's not going to stop me from trying. So hopefully, if you guys are seeing it for the first time, you enjoy checking out Mari. And then I had to change it up a little bit, starting with That Time I Got Reincarnated on a Thursday. Went, of course, to That Time I Got Reincarnated as a slime with one of my favorite characters, one of the best boys in the series, the Storm Dragon, the Daddy Dragon, Veldora. Now, this is one of my favorites of him. It is the Break Time series. This figure actually has a cape that comes off, which you've seen in the video here, with him kind of showing off a little bit. He's got all the abs. He's cut as hell. The ladies love him. The guys love him, or want to be him. I don't know. And he also has an interchangeable arm where he can lean up against Lord Rimuru in this set. Really, really cool. I love that they gave you different options on how to display him. And the Rimuru that comes with him also has a changeable face where you can make him looking straight ahead or kind of giving a side eye to Veldora as well. Very, very cool, cheap, affordable figure, and having options on how to display him always helps out. Now, this one, sexually suggestive. Sure, he's sitting there, spread out, no shirt on, rippling muscles, looking like he's ready to go. Did not get flagged on any kind of adult content. Got pushed out to thousands of people here over on YouTube. As far as this Veldora goes, I absolutely love it, and I cannot recommend highly enough the duo of him and Rimuru together because they look absolutely incredible. Pick one of them up or pick both of them up if you can. You can't go wrong either way. And then I closed out the week with another shirtless daddy, one again for the ladies out there, with one of my favorite Jujutsu Kaisen characters, the clap master himself, Toto. Now, this guy is absolutely great. I love him. His personality is so out there, so flamboyant. He's great. And of course, he fit the Beat the Heat mold this week. Buff, shirtless dude, ready to go. He looks like he's given a beach flex pose, absolutely. And he just looks so damn cool. This is one of the cheaper Ben Presto prize figures. And while I don't really like this basic set because they are so small, the Yuji and the Nobara and things like that are all very, very small, even shorter than him, because of course he is one of the taller characters. So normally, I don't recommend this lower end Ben Presto line. I lean more towards the Sega prize figures because they are larger in scale. Take from my learning of it, if you're going to go with the prize figures and you want the bang for your buck, go with the Sega ones because they are larger scale, even though they don't have a Toto yet. So that's why I do keep this one, because there aren't enough figures of him and he is one of my favorites in the series. Now, he performed very, very well, just like Veldora did. Did not get any flags over on TikTok at all, which I was surprised. You know, it does lead me to some questions, which I'm going to ask everybody after we review the figures. But if you are a fan of Toto, I highly recommend this one, even though he is smaller. Being about a $20 figure, I can let it slide. The rest of these in this line, I wouldn't bother with. I would go elsewhere just because of how absolutely tiny they are. So that was actually it for the figures that we had this past week. Now, as always, I'm going to give you guys my favorite pick of the week. Typically, I do one higher end and one lower end. But in this case, they are all prize figures, so they are all lower end, as we like to say, pieces. And this is an absolute no-brainer for me. I'm going to go with the Tropical Summer Miku because she is still to this day one of my favorites out of, I don't even know how many dozens and dozens of Mikus I own, but she is still one of my favorites, especially in the prize figure area, because she stands out so much against all the other different Mikus you put up against her. Absolutely adore her. Cannot recommend it highly enough. Even if you got to pay a little bit more for her, I think she's worth it. That was my pick. Let me know who your favorite was in the comments down below. And now you guys kind of already know I'm going to rant a little bit. It's time for page updates. So as you can tell here, I was a little distraught and kind of just disappointed with how things went this past week. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but I haven't really posted anything this week. I did do some game streams, and I posted some clips of some of my game streams. Kind of trying to change it up a little bit. Clip didn't do very well at all. But the drastic difference of how things are handled, depending on the gender of the character and what the character is wearing, definitely disappointed me, especially after reaching out to some other content creators that specialize in literally mostly bunny girls, lewd statues, lewd figures, some of them even being nude figures. And their channels do very well. Their shorts and everything do very, very well. And I asked them if they have these same issues. And a lot of them just say, no, this is what my channel covers. This is all I do. So there's something strange going on here where I can have a Miku in a bikini or a Rem with cleavage and it doesn't perform well, but I can post that same figure in their normal costume and it skyrockets. YouTube's excuse is that, well, your audience just doesn't consume this kind of content. I've proven that wrong several times with Hatsune Miku alone. That I do a Miku figure, she gets thousands of views. I did a Hatsune Miku week just to show the algorithm that it is pushed out on my channel. And like I said before, 3, 4, 5, 15, 20,000 views on my Miku week posts. But I post her in a bikini. She gets under 20 views. Why? What is the real excuse, YouTube? And YouTube will not give me an answer. Nobody I've reached out to can give me a proper answer other than a copy-paste thing saying, well, your audience just doesn't view those figures. They did the same thing with Spider-Gwen a few weeks back. She got throttled in the algorithm and flagged as adult content on TikTok. But my most viewed video on the channel was a 36,000 view Spider-Gwen unboxing. So, something is throttling anime waifus, and I don't know why. And maybe it's because I cast such a huge net on what I cover that it's only going to push out certain things and not others, whereas some channels that are literally dedicated to the lewd figures get them all pushed out because that's all they post. But I will get to the bottom of it, and I will keep trying because I think these figures are very cool pieces and that they should be checked out by those collectors that might be curious about getting them. That's why I do this. That's why I show these pieces off. That's why I try to show a different variety of stuff, because guess what? I like to have a little bit for everybody. I want to have everybody come to the channel and be able to have something they like here. That is kind of my goal. And I know being a jack of all trades, master of none, doesn't really work as well as just being a focused, centralized channel. But I like everyone to come over here and have a good time. So I will keep posting these and I will keep testing the algorithm. I'm probably going to do a bunny girl week very shortly just to see what happens again. But as you might have noticed this week, I haven't posted any shorts because I definitely was a little agitated with how things turned out this past week. Again, the last time I posted this Miku, she got several thousand views. It was 2 years ago. Maybe a different time. I don't know. But now I post her, totally different video, new dialogue, new, description, everything else, and she got destroyed in the algorithm. YouTube's only excuse again is your audience doesn't view it. Something ain't right, and I'm gonna figure it out. But that's it for my rants, and I do apologize for it, but I do find it a little bit backwards when you will allow and push scantily clad men, but you won't push out a girl in a bikini on a platform where we literally have things like cosplay girls and OF girls literally wearing less than what's in these with millions of views and thousands of likes and everything else. So I don't know what it is, but again, hopefully I do crack it. or I might just hang it up and give up on posting these things. We'll see. So I am going to try to double dose and kind of give us 2 each day, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, to play catch up for my Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesday stuff. And obviously the Thursday, Friday, Saturday stuff. So I am going to try to catch up. I'm also going to try to still recover. I'm still working on the unboxing video that I did, trying to recover it and kind of fix it the best I can, because I feel like I wasted so much time filming it that I really do want to try to get it out. Even though it's Proxima Midnight from Avengers Endgame, no one's going to really care. But I don't want to make all that effort for nothing, so I am still trying to get that done. Gaming streams. I've been doing the absolutely amazing Death Stranding 2. You guys haven't come in and checked it out, come in, hang out, chat about the game. It is incredible. I'll be posting some clips of that on the channels and TikToks as well. And I'm going to start next week, not this week, I'm going to start the segment that I did a poll for of the prize figure face-off or prize figure deathmatch. Whatever I'm going to go with, I got to tally up the votes, where I'm going to take 2 different prize figures. I'm going to unbox each one of them. I'm going to give a review of each one, give my favorite, and ask for your all favorite for the week in the video. At the end of a month, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the winners of each one of those and make a video about them all together, showing them all off and asking which figure was your favorite for the month. Kind of get a little more interactivity and fan feedback on things like that. So I think it'll be a fun segment. That's going to be it for this one, guys. I do apologize for the rant, but it is very frustrating to put the effort and time into trying to show these cool pieces off, only to get slapped every single time I do it. It kind of feels like I'm being punished for showing off a cool figure, but I do apologize for the rants. If you guys stuck around to the end of the video, thank you so much for checking it out today. Again, let me know who your favorite was down in the comments below and what kind of stuff you guys would like to see in the future if there's any ideas. And if you did like the video, obviously do me a solid. Click the like, the subscribe, the share, spread the nerdiness. Follow on all the social medias. Links are down in the description below. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.